Securities and education and information firm on the Gold Coast in Queensland, Australia. And every day I go through what happened overnight and try to forecast what we are likely to see today and the next few days on our market and globally. So I also tell you what is hot and what is not, and what you should hold and what you should fold. And by the way, if you have any feedback, we would really appreciate to hear from you. Well, overnight, we can see that the Dow, another very good day, 2.2% yesterday morning, another 2.2% another day today. And the S&P 500, again, a very good day today and yesterday. And the day before, the Nasdaq continues to go higher. And by the way, before I forget, the S&P 500 closed above the 3,000 level since March, early March. So that's a very, very good improvement on the market, on expectation that the economy will recover much sooner than expected. The Nasdaq, good day. The StoxX 50 index, which is the index which comprises most major European markets, was up 1.7% overnight. In London, the FTSE 100 index up 1.3%. In Germany, up 1.3%. The Nikkei in Japan up 0.7%, and in China the Shanghai index was down 0.7%. On our market yesterday we were actually almost flat. Yes, flat, because remember the last 2 days we went from 5,500, we rose 118 points, then the day before 164 points, and consolidation yesterday. However, yesterday the banks, despite that fall, had a very, very good day. You'll see in a minute that ANZ Bank was up 8.6%, Westpac was 8%, NAB was up 7%. Now the futures, however, this morning showing that it is very likely the market will open 50 points higher, or 0.9%. Let's cross our fingers on that. The market for gold, 1,724, almost steady from day before. Silver 1752. Not many changes, by the way, here. However, Brent oil was down 4% on expectation that Russia is not going to be compelled with the reduction in oil. And there's been discussion between Saudi Arabia and Russia on that issue. West Texas crude oil, $32.05, down 2.3%. Soybeans, we like to look at soybeans because that is actually showing what's happening between China and the US. China buys a lot of soybean from the US. The Australian dollar, 66.2, and giving you 60.1 euro cents, 53.9 British pence, and 107 New Zealand. For those people who follow Bitcoin, Bitcoin was trading at 9,100 US, up to 150 US overnight, and that converts to approximately 13,750 Australian dollars, up 430 Australian dollars. And by the way, yesterday we had a very good volume in the market. We had nearly 4.1 billion transactions. And look here, of all those days, the blue means advances exceeding declines. Only one day, nearly 4 days ago, where we had 34% of all stocks were in declines and 26% in advances. However, look at what's happening. Yesterday we've had a slight reduction in the advances, but certainly very big volume, especially in the banks. And you can see here for the last 5 weeks, actually if you look at all those weeks, with the exception of just 1 week where you had the declines exceeding advances. So the market, guys, is in a bullish trend. Now looking at our mechanical system, which we designed to try to forecast the various strategies for the investor: conservative trader, aggressive trader, and very aggressive trader. And the difference between all of these is the long-term trading and investing. For the investor to be able to bring up this forecast, we actually look at the monthly chart as well as the weekly chart. And for the aggressive trader, for instance, we look at the weekly and the daily. And then, of course, from the indicators, we look at 5 indicators out of 8 on both these 2 time frames. And provided they confirm each other, we have a bull. If they contradict each other, we have a neutral. So anyway, the American market is very strong, as you can see here. And gold, we started to go into bearish for the first time in many days for the very aggressive trader. However, for the investor, we expect inflation over the next 6 to 12 months will start to rise, and gold will probably start to go higher. Well, we'll have to see what happens here. However, silver is maintaining its trend, very strong bull here. However, by the way, various companies trading silver or mining silver happen to be in decline the last day or two. So again, you better be careful, because some of those indicators, by the way, take some time to form. Some indicators are lagging and some indicators are leading. Crude oil, again, we've seen a drop in price of oil. However, we're still maintaining a bull for the aggressive and very aggressive and the conservative traders. Corn, if you're trading these white commodities, then obviously we've got bearish. And for the Australian dollar, we are bullish. And of course, we can see that we were down below 65 and now we are above 66. The British pound, by the way, we were very bearish early in the week, and we started to show here a bit of neutral, so slight change in the transactions. Now looking at our stocks, this morning we can see that BHP maintains its bullish, and ANZ, which was actually bearish early in the week, well, of course, well, it happened yesterday and day before. Actually, before yesterday, we were starting to show that there was a bullish trend here. So even before they started to trade, we were actually very bullish for the very aggressive trader. And my expectation is that for the aggressive and the conservative traders, we might see some change, and maybe by the end of the week, the investor will turn maybe neutral. CBA, the same situation here. NAB, the same situation, and the same thing with Westpac. TPG continues to be strongly bullish, so you may want to have a look at TPG. Other than that, Worley, if you want to trade something very exotic, Worley, bullish, and Woodside Petroleum. However, remember, oil dropped overnight, so I'm expecting that this will probably change today. Finally, I want to tell you that every morning we scan the market to see what stocks have actually exceeded the average volume. Average volume means we look at the last 50 days and we average the volume over 50 days, and we have a moving average. And we look at the volume yesterday and compare the volume yesterday versus the volume over 50-day average. And you can see here ANZ Bank had 35 million transaction yesterday, with that's 182%. That's nearly more than twice the volume yesterday. Everybody's buying ANZ, everybody is buying Westpac as well, everybody's buying National Australia Bank. Stockland also appears to have some good volume with 5% increase in the price. And if you want to have a look at this, by the way, it will be on our website shortly. And for the aggressive and the conservative trader, if you want to look at those companies, Bellevue Gold continues to go higher and higher and higher, from 17 cents to 72 cents yesterday, if that is correct. And the volume, look at the volume. Southern Cross Media, again, 20% price increase with 1,000. Look at the volume here. Anyway, all of these will be appearing on the website very shortly.
I understand.
Sorry about my Siri on my Apple Watch. By the way, in terms of announcement today, what we see here, that's Thursday. The Australian, we have a private capital expenditure quarter on quarter. We expect a drop of 2.7. We will see what happens here. In America tonight, we have the unemployment claims. We're expecting 2 million further unemployment claims. Let's see what happens today or tonight. And the GDP price, we'll see here. Expect the GDP to go to 1.3% increase, which of course well below what is expected, and that will have to be announced tomorrow morning. Okay, the disclaimer: before you take any action, please consult with us or your professional advisor. There is a risk in trading, and there is no guarantee in anything we said today that will turn gold. If you have any questions, all you have to do is ask, and you can write to me at George@FS Securities. FS stands for full service. George@FS Securities, that's plural, .com.au. If you ring my mobile, if you're ringing from overseas, it's 61 for the country code. You don't need the 0. 61-411-259526. And if you're ringing from Australia, my mobile is 0411-259526. Okay, well, finally, have a good day and hopefully have some extra money.